Are shipping costs shredding your profits? Or worse, is that expensive shipping still taking like a week to ship to your customers? If so, you're not alone. But there is good news. There are a lot of ways that you can cut shipping costs and delivery times, and that's what we're here to share today. In this video, we're going to go into why shipping costs and delivery times are so critical to your success. Then we're going to provide practical steps to help you take back some of your profits. My name is Brandon, here on behalf of Fulfillrite. If you need help shipping your orders, go to fulfillrite.com and request a quote. We've shipped for thousands of clients and we're happy to help you ship your orders too. The quote doesn't cost a thing, so if nothing else, you get some good information about pricing. Link in the description. But enough self-promotion, let's talk about how you can cut shipping costs and delivery times for your e-commerce store. Why shipping costs and delivery time matter. As an e-commerce entrepreneur, you don't want to just attract customers, you want to keep them. But if people see you through the lens of Amazon or Etsy or eBay, that's hard to do. You don't have that many brand touch points, so the ones that you do have really need to count. And that's why shipping strategy is really important, in particular cost and delivery time. So why does shipping costs and delivery time matter so much? First, you've got to understand this. Retaining a customer is far less expensive than acquiring a new one. In fact, a mere 5% increase in customer retention can lead to a profit increase of up to 95%, according to a study by Bain & Company. So customer retention is a big deal. But making people happy isn't so easy in e-commerce. For one, free shipping is pretty much the default expectation right now, not much of an incentive. So also, in addition to that, about 88% of Amazon shoppers said the promise of free shipping is what compels them to shop with Amazon. But of course, unless you're making Bezos money, this isn't exactly easy to do. The cost of shipping is going up fast. But here's the challenge. While that cost is rising, according to FreightWaves, this is going to continue well into 2024 as well. So even with these issues happening behind the scenes, customers aren't exactly adjusting their expectations downward. They still expect rapid delivery, with 63% of consumers expecting 3-day delivery as a standard per a report by Parcel Lab. If you don't take a proactive approach to managing shipping costs, they'll eat you alive. But if you don't provide fast, free shipping, customers will be frustrated. It seems like a real catch-22. So long story short, to retain customers and stay profitable, your shipping strategy must fulfill these expectations of free and fast shipping. So with that in mind, let's talk about how you can do that. Let's start with shipping costs. 5 ways to cut shipping costs. Okay, so you want to keep more of the profits in your pocket without frustrating your customers. So we're going to cover 5 proven ways to slash your shipping costs. First, we're going to look at the easiest pickups and then gradually move to the tougher ones. Number 1, cut returns. Now look, I know this sounds obvious, but many businesses underestimate the impact of returns on their bottom line. So much so that if you try to search for data on what percentage of online orders get returned, you'll get a variety of numbers. Even the low ones are huge, and I've seen some reports with numbers as high as 30%. But the stats on returns in e-commerce in general, that doesn't really matter here. What matters are the relatively simple ways you can reduce your return. So here's what you should try to do. Make sure your product descriptions and photos are accurate and descriptive. Add sizing charts to your shopping pages, especially if you sell clothing. Pack your items properly so they don't break in the mail. Seriously, if you do just these 3 things, you can dramatically cut your shipping costs just by cutting down on returns. And that'll save you money in other areas of your business too. 2, stop buying retail postage. Look, if you go to the post office or UPS store or their online equivalents to buy postage, you're going to get charged full price. But if you go through discount postage firms such as ShipStation or EasyShip, you can get huge discounts on postage. Even Shopify will give you discounted postage if you make sure to take advantage of it. So this is a really small action you can take which can save tons of money on postage. We're talking anywhere from a few cents on the dollar to almost 90% in some edge cases, to be clear. Now, if you end up outsourcing fulfillment entirely, then your fulfillment center will get these postage discounts on your behalf, and they just pass along part of the savings to you. Number 3, consider third-party insurance. Technically, buying shipping insurance costs more upfront. However, even if you do your best to cut down on returns, some of these items are just going to get lost or damaged in the mail. It's inevitable. And shipping insurance can help you mitigate the costs that come along with that, especially if your items are worth a lot of money. But don't just buy it from from USPS or UPS or FedEx or directly from any carrier. Carrier-provided insurance can be expensive, so you'll want to explore alternatives like ShipSurance. They can offer savings of up to 50% or more compared to the carrier rate. 4. Trim down your packaging and product weight. Shipping rates are often determined by dimensional weight, which factors in size and the weight of your package. So reduce your package dimensions or use lightweight materials wherever possible to save big. Even a single inch in one direction or an ounce of weight can make a huge difference in postage prices. So try and optimize your packaging first. Once you do that, consider making your product itself a little smaller and a little lighter too. 5. Locate fulfillment centers near your customers. If you're shipping in-house, this isn't an option, but if you're working with a fulfillment partner or considering doing so, you'll want to make sure that your items are stored as close as possible to customers. That way the postage prices will be a lot lower because the items don't have to travel quite as far. Remember, it's not about making drastic changes all at once. Small, consistent improvements can lead to significant savings over time. So now let's focus on how to trim those delivery times. 4 ways to cut delivery times. Okay, so real quick, I'm going to level with you. It's really hard to cut down on delivery times if you ship in-house. This is a lot easier to do with a fulfillment center or a 3PL. That's short for third-party logistics. If you don't work with a 3PL, you're going to run into this basic problem. Even if you use discounted postage, you'll end up paying extra for 2-day shipping, and the difference between that and basic postage prices is huge. But if your customer is far away from you and you want to cut your delivery time, that's really your only option, just picking the more expensive postage. So with that important caveat in mind, here are 4 ways you can cut down on delivery times. 1. Optimize your in-house shipping processes. Even simple changes can make a big difference here. Make sure you're using shipping software that integrates with your e-commerce platform to automate label printing, tracking, and all that other stuff. This can drastically cut down on processing time. One of the things that's very responsible for delays. A lot of businesses struggle with shipping delays simply because it's time consuming to pack boxes and print postage in large volumes, especially if you're busy on other small business tasks. So, any steps you can take to automate the process will help you ward off preventable delays. 2. Find a trustworthy 3PL. Now, there are 2 reasons for this. First, a high-performing 3PL can ship faster than any business that doesn't specialize in shipping. And the second is that 3PLs are strategically located close to large populations of customers. And that means items don't have to travel as far, meaning shorter delivery time. Now, it's really important that you do your research first. We've got other videos where we talk about this at length, but let's just say this is one part of your business where due diligence is absolutely super important, critical. You have to do it. And 3, find 3PLs close to your customers. If you're shipping less than a few hundred orders per month, you probably only need your inventory in one warehouse. Splitting inventory between locations can be tough, but if you have thousands of orders per month, it might make some sense to keep some, for example, on the West Coast of the US, some on the East Coast of the US, some in Europe, and so on. This helps cut down on delivery times, but it can also be a huge cost saver once your order volume is high enough. 4. Offer expedited shipping options. If you can't always provide 2-day shipping, that's okay. There are still ways to work with that. In fact, many customers are willing to pay extra for faster delivery. A report by Walker Sands found that nearly 80% of consumers said they would pay for expedited shipping if they needed an item by a specific date. So all you have to do here is make sure expedited shipping is available when customers need it. This is easy to set up on most systems like Shopify. Remember, the faster your customers receive their orders, the happier they are. That means more repeat business, better reviews, and ultimately more profit. As much as you can, start implementing these tips and watch your delivery times go down. And there you have it. Practical ways to cut shipping costs and delivery times for your e-commerce business. Small steps can lead to big changes, especially when customer retention is your main area of focus. My name is Brandon, here on behalf of Fulfillrite. If you need help shipping your orders, go to fulfillrite.com and request a quote. We've shipped for thousands of clients and we're happy to help you ship for your orders too. The quote doesn't cost a thing, so if nothing else, you get some good information about pricing. Link is in the description. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe, and don't forget to slap some postage on that bell so we can express ship new videos to you as soon as they drop. And last but not least, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I will personally answer as many as I can. Thank you for watching.